122 pounder, 10-5, man. What the good Phillips Sports TV, bro.
Here's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, from watching
Good fellas,
Good Fellas Boxing.
All right, man. Let's talk about the 10 best welterweights in the world. We gave a preview. If you caught the end of the live yesterday, me and Kobe gave our 5 best welterweights in the world. All right. And my whole thing is just because you a champion don't mean that in my opinion, it don't mean that you better than another fighter, you know. So that's just my opinion, my list. You know, I don't feel Ugas is one of the 5 best fighters, you know, the top 4 fighters in boxing, but you know, most people are gonna put him there because he got a belt. And I just didn't I don't see the talent. You know, it's like pound for pound, where everybody want to rate. You know, Usyk, well, he's a heavyweight now. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Don't rank heavyweights. But let me zoom out a little bit. This is how I didn't even, when I made the list, I didn't even look at the ring, but it's a nice picture to look at. This is how the ring lay out their list. 10 is Ben, 8 is Batuev. 10 is Ben, 8 is Rashad Batuev. 9 is Rashad Batuev. 8 is David Ivorian. 7 is Theonis. 6 is Keith. 5 is Virgil. 4 is Jerron. 3 is Ugas. 2 is Spence. 1 is Crawford. Champion vacated because obviously we know that they gotta, you know, I think the ring belt would only be on the line for one fight, and that's 1 and 2 in this situation. Sometimes it's special cases. Now, right away, few guys that's not on my it's one guy that's not on my list out of all of them. And stay on this overrated, bro. Like, bro, I don't see what they see and stay on this trash. But my list reads 10 for me is Cody Crowley. I'm gonna put Cody Crowley there. He beat a guy that was the mandatory, really the mandatory for the IBF, signed over to PBC from Top Rank to get a shot at Earl. Lost to Cody Crowley. I think Cody Crowley is by far more talented than Stayonis. It's not even close. He's by far more talented than Stayonis. So Cody Crowley, hell of a fighter, aggressive. You know, he bringing that aggressive pressure fighter. So what he hit the canvas, you know, Ali, Trinidad, Pernell Whitaker used to hit the canvas. He got back up and he beat Qdoba. And right now, as far as his rating in the IBF, after beating the number 1 guy, he ranked number 14. But also he did. There was a rumor that he priced himself out for Jerron, and I think he asked for $1 million. I don't quote me on that, but that shouldn't be hard to accommodate. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, he beat Cody Crowley, who was ranked like the highest. Cody Crowley beat Qdoba, who was ranked the highest, and he drops he only moves up to 14. Qdoba drops to 15. Like I said, I don't understand how the ranking system works. You know what I'm saying? Why shouldn't he be higher? But obviously, like I said, it was a rumor said that he didn't accept the Jerron in his fight for the IBF title eliminator. So he wanted $1 million and accommodate him. Right. Next on my list is Connor Bean. He's down on my list. Active. So active on my list. Active. Kind of see the talent. I think he way better than Stayonis. Stayonis is trash. He's starting to manifest into something special. You know what I'm saying? He probably gonna be a regional fighter for a long time, but right now, man, he doing what he supposed to do. Unlike, you know, guys like Danny Garcia, who never was a top 10 welterweight. He was a top 10 welterweight based on what he done, based on what he did at 140. He never did anything special at 140. I mean, if you talk about Rashidi Ellis, he didn't make the list. He ain't fought since 2020, October. So you gotta look at that. You know, so activity, Connor been active, hand speed good, power good, and he started boxing late. So to be number 9 on my list, you know, the division is supposed to be the best in boxing. It's not really. From top to bottom, it ain't even better than 54. You know, it is what it is. So it ain't, the division ain't as strong as people think it is. Got Ponder being at 9. At number 8, I got old Custio Clayton. I mean, he went the distance with a dude with a lot of losses, but the Hawaiian, you know, is tough journeyman. Custio Clayton not gonna knock you out, but he can box. He really beat Lipinets. They robbed him. That's the second time somebody outboxed Lipinets and got robbed. Eric Bone outboxed Lipinets and he got robbed. So yeah, old Custio make my list. Had a good performance. I don't care if it was a draw. He won. Good performance. I mean, Sionis lost to Thomas DeLore. People swear up and down he didn't, but they listen to the commentators. Sionis is trash. I'm gonna keep saying that trash. So yeah, I got old Custio, number 8 for your boy. Like I said before, good boxer, older. I heard he might be fighting Jerron Ennis next, so there you go. He number 8. Number 7 for me is don't dock me time. I put Keith in there, man. I think the talent is still there enough for him to be in my bottom half of top 10. He rounds out my 6, 7, 8, 9, my bottom 5. So 10, he rounds at the bottom 5. I think, when you start talking about activity, it really ain't there, but he did beat Barrios. A little bit of his past, I guess, got to resonate with this. And I think, I got him at 7. So yeah, he ain't pretty much round up my 7. But yeah, Keith probably could beat everybody in the bottom 5. Mike could beat Virgil with 2F. Ugas, he might could beat those guys. But right now, activity level, he got to get in there with Spence and Ugas winner in November, December to move up higher on my list. I thought about not putting him on there, but I don't think that's possible not putting him on. So he come in at 7. At number 6. Number 6, we have David Ivrezian. He's done a pretty good job at, revitalizing his career going over to the UK. The man is active. The man is active. The man is putting together quite a resume. Upset Josh Kelly. I mean, ever since getting knocked out by Kyle Velasquez, February 16, 2018, he beat, Tune beat a guy twice, knocked him out. I don't know what what it was about, fighting back to back. Beat John Darrell. He beat the overhyped Josh Kelly, man, beat him throwing the towel style. So he put a nice little resume overseas. He did lose to Lamont Peterson. He did beat an old Shane Mosley. So, I just think his activity level compared to everybody else. I mean, since losing 18s for 1, 2, 3, 4, he missed 2020. I mean, I was coming 5 times. So, yeah, he looking good, coming to his own. The losses don't define him. But can anybody below him beat him? Absolutely. But, I think what he been doing of lately over in the UK, rebuilding his career, his activity level should be rewarded. So I put him at 6. I mean, you can put him anywhere from 6 to 10. I think he don't drop much lower than 10 compared to what everybody below him been doing. Ben, Crowley, Custio, Keith. You can swap him and Keith. But, my 5 was my 5. I talked about it last night. I go into a little bit of detail here. For 5 for me, Virgil Ortiz and Matuev, keep they tie for 5 for me. Ortiz got a good resume. I don't like the guy he fighting to get a shot at Bud Michael McKisson, but it is what it is. Michael McKisson is like that dude got all them fights, only 2 knockouts. So look at his, Virgil knocked out everybody he faced so far. Well, they ain't got Michael McKisson up here yet. That's crazy. They ain't even got the kid up here as far as on BoxRec and they fighting in LA. But kid Mike McKisson, he fighting 21-0, 0 loss, 0 but only 2 KOs. He got a less than 10% knockout ratio. So I mean, I don't like, I don't like it on paper, but an actual fight it might be some. But Ortiz stopped everybody, and Batuev, another really good fighter, bro. Broke down secondary belt holder and Jamal James. Good punch. The only loss he had got changed to no contest because somebody was on that good shit alcohol. I got some pets, dealers I can call. So Bruce Putin got caught on that. He got caught on that ish. And like I said, the way he broke down Jamal James, I was impressed. So I think he's gonna be a player. 14 wins, 11 KOs. He got 1 no contest because of the Boots Putin. He tested positive. A and B sample stripped of the title, the regular belt. So he got a shot at the new belt. So yeah, like the way he broke him down, like what him and Joel Diaz doing. He's a big welterweight too, 5'10" and a half compared for today and 72-inch reach. So yeah, them round out my 4 or 5. Then my 5, then my number 4. They both share 5. Is your Dennis Ugas. He held the title, but like I said, the dude Abel Ramos that he fought, he had a debatable split decision with on the cards, even though most people thought it was more dominant. Lost this weekend to Santa Maria. So I thought about sending Santa Maria on this list. Not quite yet, but like I said, Ugas just there because he hold the title. Other than that, he'd be in the bottom 5. I don't care if he be the old Manny Pacquiao who ain't fought in two years. Who cares? Anybody else probably would have knocked out fucking Manny Pacquiao. So, like I said, solid fighter, born. Think he beat anybody on any given Saturday night. But like I said, he fight up and down to his competition. That's scary. Hopefully, beat Manny Pacquiao gave him the confidence to really step it up. Okay, then number 3 for me is Jerron Bruce Ennis. Yep, I'm going to drink the Kool-Aid with him being the third best welterweight. I definitely could be wrong. He definitely can go out there and get clipped and could have been a has-been, but I believe in his talent. I believe in his talent enough. I know he changed challenge for a belt, but like I said, Ugas went from a regular belt to a championship belt versus a guy that's past his prime. And then like he went out there and beat Crawford, Spence, even the Thurman, for the belt. So I'm going to go with Jerron Bruce Ennis, number 3 overall. This is my opinion. It's my list. Then obviously Earl Spence number 2, as the ring has Earl Spence number 2. Good fighter, inactive. So like I dropped him off inactivity. That's all it is. He dominate, knock out Ugas. He can go right back to number 1. If he dominate or knock out Ugas, depending, the fashion that he win. And if that fight take off, never know, anything can happen. Then number 1, obviously Terrence Crawford. Earl Spence been inactive. Earl Spence has a better body of work at welterweight, but I'm gonna go with Terrence Crawford. Number 1, after stopping Sean Porter, Earl Spence being stagnant. So pretty much my reasoning behind it. So to round off everybody on my list from 10 on up. Number 10 is Cody Crowley for me. 9 is Connor Ben. 10 is Custio Clayton. 7 is Keith Don't Fuck Me Son One Time Thurman. 6 is David Alvarez. 5 is Virgil Ortiz and Batuev. They share that ranking. And 4 is Ordinis Ugas. 3 is Jerron Boots Ennis. 2 is Earl Spence Jr. And 1 is Terrence Bud Crawford. For all the reasons that I explained, appreciate the love and support. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the welterweight playlist for more videos like this. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Check out my podcast, Spotify, Goodfella TV podcast on Spotify, Goodfella TV podcast on Anchor. Listen to my live streams ad free there, and some other bonus content there, other great content coming there as well too. So other than that, man, find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, on links description. You got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video question. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.